welcome to episode 152 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about the first steps to rebuilding your credit. So, if you guys have damaged your credit, you need to actually rebuild it. There are some steps that I want you all to follow. If you guys have any questions, put them down below in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them. But remember, too, that I'm only answering questions for those people that's actually subscribed. Like, I'm doing that first. When I have all of the questions answered since I started my YouTube channel from my subscribers, then I will go into other questions. Until then, I want to just be answering questions from subscribers. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you want your question actually answered. So the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to check your credit report and see if there's any inaccuracies on your credit reports. Sometimes you guys could have some errors on your credit reports that probably you just can get taken care of in terms of getting these accounts deleted, and then you can see your credit score go up. So I definitely want you all to actually look into this, because if you find some errors on there, you guys can possibly just get these accounts deleted from your credit reports. And I do have a free letter on my website that you all can use, and I'm going to actually share my screen now so that you can see it. Just download this letter and work to remove those negative accounts from your credit report. When those negative accounts get deleted, you should see your credit scores go up. So this is my website here. My computer is kind of slow today, so I'm sorry if it's not loading that well. But if you guys were to, let's actually refresh it just in case. Okay, there we go. If you guys was to go to the website, Rickita.com, you'll see free dispute letters and credit card lists. So you'll get the letter emailed to you instantly. Check my channel to see how to fill out those dispute letters, because I have a lot of videos where I actually go live and actually just do dispute letters just to send them in, because that's the biggest thing, is just actually sending it in. So I want you guys to definitely check your credit reports, and you can get your credit report from Identity IQ. That's who I like, because you can get all 3 credit reports and scores for just $1. That way you know where your score is at too, and it's a 7-day trial. After that, it's going to be $21.99 when you guys use my link, because you have to use my link. It's down below in the description, and that link is going to give you access to the $1 trial. But just look into Identity IQ, and then also you guys also can get a free credit report every year from annualcreditreport.com. Okay, so look into annual credit report with no s.com, and then you'll be able to get all 3 credit reports from there. But find any errors, use that free dispute letter, and actually start working to actually dispute those different things. The next thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to understand, like, your credit score. You have to understand that your payment history is going to be 35% of your credit score. So you guys have to consider your payment history and paying on time. And we're going to talk about that too in detail, but payment history is 35% of your score. Also, the length that you had your credit history too. You have to think about that. That's 15% of your score. The longer your history, the better. That's your average age of accounts. I forgot to put another one on here, but it's the amount owed. So that your utilization is 30% of your credit score. And utilization is very important. So let me actually put that up on the screen so that you all can just visually be able to see it. For those people that's visual learners like me, I need to see exactly what you're talking about. The amount owed, that's your utilization. And I always tell people the best utilization that you can have when you're trying to apply for credit is 5%. If you just want to maintain your credit, you don't plan on using it for anything anytime soon, you just want to keep a decent credit score, then you can just make sure that your utilization never goes over 30%. And that's how much you owe on your balances compared to what your limit is. So you could just divide your balance by your limit, then you'll know what your utilization is, the percentage. And I also have a sheet too that I use. It's just so much easier for me to actually use this sheet. So again, on my website, scroll down, you'll see utilization sheets. I am going to get my website updated. You may be watching this years later, but anything that you want on my website, you can try to just search it here. Just use the search bar at the top, search whatever you're ever looking for, and it should be on here. So just think of this as like your Google, but this is the utilization sheet. And with this sheet, it'll let you know what your utilization is, how to make it lower, like how much you need to pay on whatever credit card. You'll just fill it in, and definitely Google utilization video so you can see how to actually use that too, because it is a special way that you should use it to get the most out of it. So another thing is your credit mix. I want you all to aim to have different type of accounts, have credit cards, installment loans, you don't want to just have just all credit cards. You want to have other accounts. And as you guys get into mortgages, you're going to see that with this credit mix, is going to actually help you have a higher credit score than those that may not have certain accounts. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to understand what your credit score is made up of. Next, I want you guys to create a budget. Like, seriously, y'all, we need to create a budget, and we're creating a budget. This is going to outline our income, our expenses, and our savings, because you have to even know, like, if you're ready to do this. And I believe that's what we're going to talk about in the next episode. So for the first steps to rebuilding it is this: are you ready to be paying your bills on time? Are you having financial problems right now? Is there anything that you need to fix right now? This is some stuff that you need to kind of ask yourself, but you definitely need to create a budget, because you need to know exactly what your income and your expenses and things like that are. Okay. And then I told you paying on time is very important. So please pay your bills on time and set up auto payments. So I do automatic payments on all of my accounts. I always just, even on my credit cards, I do just a minimum payment. I'll go back in and pay the statement balance by the due date to never be charged interest. But you guys have to make sure you set up auto payments, because if you guys get a late payment, it's going to drop your credit score too much. And it's coming back from a late payment is going to be so hard a lot of times, because you have to beg the company a lot of times to remove this late payment. So don't start nothing, it won't be anything. Okay, so make sure you pay on time, and make sure that you set up the auto pay. You'll never have to worry about getting that late payment to even have to think about having to remove that late payment. Okay. And I want you all to think about reducing some of your outstanding debt. So, and when I say reducing outstanding debt, think about some collections that's on your credit reports. Instead of going back and forth with the credit bureaus to have them try to delete the account from your credit reports, you can also try to see if you can do like a pay for deletion. Okay. And then also think about the balances. Maybe if you guys are not having your utilization under that 30%, please get it under that 30%. And then make sure that you're paying off the credit cards with the highest interest first. That's what I like to do, because I don't want to pay interest. So definitely make sure you guys are doing that. Next, you may want to avoid new debt. Okay. Understand that when you're building your credit, you have to apply for new accounts. And sometimes applying for new debt can give you hard inquiries. If you guys already have 4 credit cards, getting a new credit card can actually lower your credit score. And sometimes you're not getting the right accounts. You're desperate. So you may want to avoid like credit cards that's going to have a high annual fee when you're just rebuilding. Like some of those credit cards out there that have like monthly maintenance fees, like you'll be better off getting a secure credit card. Like just wait on that, but avoid new debt that's not going to be beneficial to you. And if you guys need to build your credit and you can't really get credit cards, think about secure credit cards. Some secure credit cards, and I have some on my website. Let's actually just look at a few of them. Some secure credit cards can be perfect for you. So I have a list here that's called Best Credit Cards for Bad Credit. I like this one. And then I also got Best Credit Cards to Build Credit. Let's just check out the bad credit list, because this list just have so many more credit cards on it to me. But when you guys need to get any secure debt, you guys can get a self Visa credit card if you guys have to get secure debt. Also the credit builder card. This can be great. This allow you to get 2 of them. So you can have 2 credit cards with no credit check. Self also doesn't have a credit check. So that can be good for you. Kickoff can also help you all, but just check whatever the fees going to be. Some people are paying like $20 a month. Depending on your financial situation, you probably can do something like that. But I would rather you all put any money towards some credit cards that's going to actually graduate. Like the Discover Insecure credit card can actually graduate to an unsecured credit card. It's very beneficial for you in the future. So say if you put $200 down on this, or say you put $1,000, say you put $1,000 down on it because you have it, whatever you decide to put, in about 7 months, 7, 8 months, or after 7 billing cycles, they're going to, a lot of times, as long as you don't have any new negative accounts, you're working on your credit score has been going up since you got that secure credit card. A lot of times they're going to graduate to an unsecured credit card where they give you your deposit back. So I like that. They're going to give you your deposit back. And on top of them actually giving you your deposit back, they're going to give you an increase. So say if you put $1,000 down, you might go to $2,500 after the 7 months, and Also, you have Discover that can do this. You also have Navy Federal, the End Rewards. This one you could put a $200 deposit down in about 6 billing cycles. Sometimes they say as little as 3 months though, but I would say don't, that's rare. Go for the 6 billing cycles. After 6 billing cycles, it should graduate to a $2,000 credit card. And then you also have Capital One as an option with their Platinum. And then they also have the Quicksilver. But Capital One, Navy Federal, and Discover, all of these can graduate to unsecured credit cards. You have to put a deposit down because they don't trust you right now. That's the reason why they're telling you, hey, give me some money and I'll send you a credit card. They only tell you that because they do not trust you. But as you continue to pay on these credit cards and do good by them, then you'll see that they'll actually give you an unsecured credit card. Okay. And if they give you an unsecured credit card, that means you're doing good. You got your deposit back. Just keep doing what you've been doing and improving your credit score overall. Now, some people may think about becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card because they may not want to just go right to the secure route. If you become an authorized user on someone else's credit card, it can actually help you possibly if they don't have any late payments and a utilization, whatever the utilization is on their credit card. If they're maxing out that credit card and they put that in your credit report, it's going to mess up your credit. But if you get a credit card that they're not like really using, the utilization is at 5% or below, they got some history on it, or at least no late payments, then when that credit card is added to your credit reports, it should bring your credit score up a lot so that you can go and actually get approved for other credit cards that's not actually like secure credit cards. But just ask to become an authorized user on someone else's credit card, or you can go with a company to actually add trade lines to your credit reports. Now, let's go back to my website, Rickita.com. When you want to find other credit cards, click right here to pre-qualify with no hard inquiry, because there's so many credit cards and accounts. There's over 45 different accounts on here that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. So once you got that trade line on, your credit score may go up like 40, 50 points, sometimes even more than that or less than that. But as your credit score when your credit score go up, not as, because once you get that trade line on, whatever your credit score is at that time with the trade line on there, that's what your credit score is at that time. I wouldn't expect it to go up too much more unless they pay down that credit card or you have some other good stuff going on. But whatever that is what it is. So I would suggest you all go on here and try to see if there's any other accounts that you want to try to get. Like maybe you just want to go just straight to Discover and say, hey, I want your secure credit card. What credit card can you just give me now? Based off of now your new credit score is higher. Okay. And also you got Capital One on here. Again, you got Navy Federal, you got Apple, you can see, but Apple wants you to have a certain amount of accounts to even get their credit card. I see. But you have other accounts on here. So just continue to go through this list. You got Pedal One, Pedal Two, Discover again, Capital One. It's so many accounts on here. Again, it's over 45 different accounts that you all can look into getting. But again, adding an authorized user to your credit report can be an overall boost because you'll have that positive history that is going to be added to your credit reports. Now, don't think that this is just one thing that you have to do. Like you just find out what it is, you fix it, and that's it. You need to monitor your credit regularly. That's why I like the Identity IQ, because they'll give you all three of your credit scores and credit reports. If anything is happening, you will know. And they'll send you like alerts. You'll get emails, and it's just basically another company just helping you stay on top of everything. That's how I look at it as. And if you guys don't want that, you can go to Credit Karma. I just look every day. I look at my Credit Karma, and then you can get TransUnion, Equifax credit report and credit score. That is going to update so often. It's always changing. So I really don't want to give a time frame on how long it's going to update. But sometimes it can update every day. Sometimes it'll take a whole week. But you can also get your credit report and your credit score for Experian if you download that Experian app too, or just get an account with them. So definitely monitor your credit regularly so that you can know exactly what you're getting into, and make sure you're staying patient and also being persistent. You have to understand that if you want your credit to get better, it's something that you have to actively do. And if you don't actively work on doing it, getting positive accounts, removing negative accounts, making sure you're not getting too many hard inquiries, paying all your credit cards on time, keeping your balance on your credit cards, you're not going to get what you want. So I want you to stay persistent with your credit and patient. And also, if you're sending in disputes, just stay persistent. Just keep doing it. In terms of if you know that this account should be on your credit reports, and you know you don't want this account on your credit reports, then I will continue to send in disputes to make sure that these accounts get removed. Okay. Now this was episode 152, and episode 153, we're gonna just talk about just being ready in general. Okay. Hey, beautiful people, welcome to episode 153 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about being sure that you're even ready to get credit. Okay. So, a lot of people want to get new credit. They want to start building their credit to another level, but you have to see if you're even ready for new credit. And I get a lot of questions about this. So, I'm very happy that we're at this episode. So, the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to assess your financial a situation now. Like, what exactly are you going through right now? Are you having certain debts that you're going to have to pay? What's your income looking like? You need to know, like, do you have any emergency savings? So look at these different things. Ensure that you are able to handle new credit payments. When you start using credit cards, you have a new monthly payment that you're going to have to pay. If you're holding a balance on a credit card, can you pay whatever the statement balance is to avoid interest, or can you pay that minimum payment? Understand that you're putting yourself in debt when you only paying a minimum payment. Do you have any existing debts that you already have to pay? Understand that you have to see where you're at to see if you can add more. And then what about your emergency savings? Can you help? Do you have emergency savings that you can use without relying on credit? Because these are big things that you all need to make sure that you have in order. And if you don't have an order, then maybe you're not ready for new credit. I want you all to check your credit report and credit score too, because I want you to review your credit report and see like where you're at. Ensure that your credit is in a good range too. Some people want to get new credit and it's like their credit score is in the 500s. And if they get new credit, they should get secure credit cards, but they're trying to go get loans, and these loans are going to give you very high interest rates, and you don't want that. So I want you guys to dispute any negative account that can possibly be on your credit reports. And I have a free dispute letter that you all can use if you guys do have negative accounts on your credit reports. Let me show you that dispute letter that you can get, and it's free. So use the dispute letter to start removing any negative accounts that you have on your credit report. So just go to Rickita.com and then scroll down. You'll see right here it says free dispute letters and credit card lists. Click here. It's going to be emailed to you instantly once you put your information in. So check your email and start working to remove any negative accounts that's on your credit reports. But you just want to know exactly where you're at with your credit. And if you see any errors, then do something about it, okay? Which is actually making sure that you all dispute it. The next thing is I want you to understand why you need new credit. I did a live yesterday and someone said, hey, I want to get a personal loan for my landscaping business. What do you think about that? They have a reason why they want to get new credit. The thing is, they need to see if they can make those payments on time, whatever is going to be required, so that they can be able to not destroy their credit when they get these different loans. But just overall, please review your credit to see, well, not yeah, review your credit to see where you at and understand why you need this new credit. Are you trying to consolidate debt? Sometimes you're trying to consolidate some of your debt. You're trying to combine multiple payments into one lower interest rate. And is that why you need to? Are you making large payments now on like a car, or you want to make large, you want to get like a car, a house, or you want to finance something major? Like, why do you need it? Are you trying to build your credit? Just figure out why you need it and make sure it aligns with your goals and your needs. And also review your budget. Again, you got to see if you can even pay. Like, can you even add this new payment into your budget, depending on what you want to do? Can you add this new payment? If you have a new $500 payment, could you be able to afford that? And affording it too, you can look into your debt to income ratio. And this is how much debt you have to pay compared to how much income you have coming in. If you spend 75% of your money already on debt, you're already really close to like drowning in debt. If you only spending 25% of your income on debt, and this can also include like your house payment, whatever that is, all of your debt, and all of also to your just anything that you need to do on your budget, your basic bills, like divide that number by your income and see what percentage of money you're having to give out to this debt, okay, or any type of bill you have to pay on a monthly basis. And also, I want you guys to research different credit options because it's different things that you all can actually do. So I want you to research different credit options. Are you trying to get a credit card for like everyday purchases to build your credit? Are you trying to do personal loans because you want to do like a larger expense or a debt consolidation? Are you trying to, get a mortgage? Are you trying to get an auto loan? What is it that you're trying to do? So definitely research the different credit options for what you're trying to tackle. If you're trying to buy a house, depending on the house, you probably just don't want to go get a credit card. You probably need to look into actual mortgage. You want to get an auto loan. If you want to get a car, maybe you want to get an auto loan instead of looking into a credit card, or maybe you're looking into a personal loan. Maybe you just want to just get an auto loan, a loan that's specifically for autos, but definitely for cars. So definitely look and see exactly what you're trying to do and do everything based off of that. And then impact to your credit score is going to be real. So consider the impact to your credit score. These hard inquiries going to lower your credit score and also your credit utilization. So new credit can impact your utilization because if you have new credit and you're not using the credit, it can actually increase your credit score because it's new debt that you're not using. But if you're going to start holding a balance on that, it's going to lower your credit score. So you have to understand how this new credit, whatever it is, added to your credit report, how it's going to affect your all over credit in general. And next, I want you all to think about preparing for the application process. It's an application process for everything. Depending on what you want to do, they may need proof of income, especially if you're doing like a mortgage. Sometimes when you're doing like auto loans, they're going to need pay stubs, tax return, bank statements for mortgages. Sometimes they just need to verify your identity. Are you able to verify whatever your identity is with your driver's license or passport? And I want you all to understand this because some companies, they're going to want to do like an additional verification process. And I just want you guys to understand that this could be a process, okay, with getting this new credit. But you need to know if you're ready. Can you do these applications? Do you have time for them? Do you have time to research everything that you're going to need for this? So just keep that in mind and understand the terms and conditions on any credit that you are actually getting. You need to know what the interest rate is. Are there any fees? When it comes down to a mortgage, is it going to be fixed? Is it going to be variable? Oh, rates. You have to know that. For your credit cards, what is the annual fee? Do you got monthly maintenance fees? Because if you do, like if these credit cards do, you may not need to get, you may not want to get them. And then also you have to understand the length of the repayment period and your payment schedule. So you need to know, okay, not only am I bringing in a new $500 payment or a $400 payment with this new truck I want to get for people that want to get a truck, but you also have to consider how long you have to pay that for and make sure that you can stay consistent on something like that. Now, last but not least, it's about talking to me. Okay. If y'all have any questions, I'll definitely help you to figure out, okay, could you do this? Is this something for you? I can help you even find credit cards, loans, whatever you want. So definitely reach out to me. And if you all go to my website, Rickita.com, right at the top, you can schedule a call with me or someone on my team. So I do suggest that you all do that. Right here it says schedule a call. Click there and schedule a call with me or somebody on my team. I'll be happy to try to figure out, whatever it is that you want, how you can actually go after it and get it.